Hi, I'm Silverbolt. Back again for the second of my toy reviews. Before anyone says it, yes, I know my name on YouTube is Diantis, however Silverbolt was taken. Okay, now, today I'm doing this guy, as it would have said from the title, but yeah, I've started figuring out how to use Windows Media Maker. Windows Movie Maker. Menosor, Stunticons, Decepticons, gesalt Combiner. Don't drop him. It cost me nearly a ton. Anyway, the Stunticons first show up in Series 2. If you have the Metrodome collection, I think it's Disc 5. Shows up in a 2-part episode called The Key to Vector Sigma. And basically, Megatron, after getting yet another beating from the Autobots, decides that he needs to fight them on their own grounds, as in on the road. As in, because of course, traditionally, the Decepticons were all planes, the Autobots were all cars. There are notable exceptions, of course. In the Autobots, you've got Power Glide and Skyfire, and then in the Decepticons, you've got Soundwave, Reflector, so on and so forth. But that's beside the point. Predominantly, they're all planes or they're all cars. So Megatron steals 4 cars and a truck, and then takes them to Cybertron, to a computer called Vector Sigma. With Vector Sigma, it is the computer which gives all the personalities to all the Transformers. Without them, they're just mindless automatons. So he gives them all. So obviously, the Vector Sigma does. Oh, and by the way, in that episode, the key to Vector Sigma is done by, I think his name, I can never remember if his name's Peter Cullen or Frank Cullen. For some strange reason, I keep getting the two actors mixed up, but that was the voice of Prime in the cartoons, just in case you were wondering and in case it sounded familiar. So you have your 5 Stunticons. You have this guy here, Breakdown. Breakdown's extremely self-conscious, to the point of paranoid delusions. He thinks everything and everybody is staring at him, including things like searchlights. They're all staring at him. He'd rather be human, to be honest, because he thinks he'd fit in better. How a megalomaniacal giant robot Decepticon would fit in as a human being, I don't know, but anyway, he would. And it really affects his performance because of his self-consciousness. And of course, it's also something that Motormaster preys on. The other leg, this guy here, is Wild Rider. Now, Wild Rider is one of the Decepticons that's genuinely insane. I mean, why Vector Sigma has a program for personality that is a total Looney Tune is completely beyond me. But he loves causing basic destruction and maniac. And he's a maniac. Okay, he really is quite insane. He's actually frightened of quietness. He doesn't like it when it's silent. Okay. This guy here is Dead End. Now he's very fatalistic. He views pretty much everything as pointless. As such, it's very hard getting him to fight. It's basically motivating him to get him to fight. He's very vain. Spends most of his time, looking after himself, making himself be all shiny. I mean, this guy would have a panic attack if he's showed a spot of smear on his windscreen. The other guy is Dragstrip. Now, Dragstrip has the singular honour of, excluding Starscream, being the one Decepticon that Megatron loathes. Absolutely despises Dragstrip. Dragstrip's very nasty. He's very underhanded. And as such, it shows very much. He gloats. He really does gloat over the things he does to people and the things he says. The leader of them is Motormaster. Now, if ever there was a Decepticon that was hated by the other Decepticons, it's Motormaster. Motormaster is probably the most evil of all the Decepticons. He is vindictive and he is cruel. And it's the point that even his own troops, as in the other Stunticons, absolutely hate him with a passion. To the point that when they combine into Menosor, they actually refuse to merge with him when they're Menosor. So Menosor is actually impaired in this way, because obviously the personality of the gesalt combined is a combination, if you like, of the other 5 personalities, and the other 4 Stunticons exclude Motormaster because they absolutely hate him, because all he does is belittle and pick on them and bully them. Motormaster can take on anybody except for Prime. Prime's the only one he can't withstand a crash with. Now, onto the toy itself. I don't know what everyone else thinks of it. Me, I think Menosor's quite weedy. I think he's very, very weedy. For what he's supposed to be, which is this wrecking machine, well, as all the Decepticon gesalts are, he doesn't really have that oomph that Devastator or Predaking have. Even Bruticus looks better than this guy, I personally think. I mean, he's still nice, don't get me wrong, he's still nice, but I don't think he's much. I mean, like, as with all the gesalts aside from Devastator and possibly Predaking, they're quite easy to put together. All you simply do is that part's the head, you twist it down, you pull it down, sorry, and you push it in, and that's it. Same with the legs. Of course, I can't do it now, obviously, of course not. Any other time I can pull this guy apart, absolutely no problem, except when I want to. So I don't like doing this too forcefully, because it'll eventually wear out. And that's it, the head snaps into place, and that's literally about it where the toy is concerned. I think the head is quite possibly the worst one, because it's like stunted into his neck, you know. And all it simply is just pull the head off, and there's Motormaster's head in its place. You can't really see because A, the lighting, B, the camera quality, and C, there's the zoom on it, as in the lack of. But that's Motormaster. He's simply put together. You have your standard parts. You've got 2 feet, 2 fists, a groin part, a chest part, and the face part. Okay. Individually, the toys are quite nice. You know, individually they are quite nice. The main complaint I have will be Motormaster's head. It's horrible. You know, for the size of it, there's no detail in him. I mean, it's just literally a black helmet and a purple face. You know, they've put no detail into it, which I think could have been done. You know, they could have at least filled in the eyes or something. But other than that, they are quite nice. They're much nicer than, say, the toys themselves are much nicer than, say, Computron. They're much nicer than Scattershot, Afterburner, not Scattershot, sorry, Strafe, Afterburner, Lightspeed, and Nosecone. The toys are much nicer. They've actually got more metal, so you can see just there, all that part there, all that part there. That's actually metal, which you don't see, of course, in modern day Transformers. I mean, I'll just I'll probably knock everything over if I tried. But if you look at the modern day Transformers, they're all plastic. Every little bit of it's plastic except for the screws. But yeah, Menosor shows up in the comics, obviously. He actually comes in quite a bit as well later on in the later episodes of the cartoons. He gets his fair share of scenes. There's another episode, I can't remember the exact name of it, where some of the Autobots actually pretend to be Menosor, using clever camo colours and of course one-of-hand holograms. Okay, but that's Menosor. I shall return with another one to do with Superion when he finally arrives. He should be here in the next couple of days, so if he does, I'll do another video. But for now, and until then, take care, au revoir, adios.